I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, because you said that last time. Guys, welcome back. We're here in What Remains of Edith Finch and Orca's Island Calves. Is that like a sports team of some kind? I didn't notice that before. And look, there's a little ant colony thing going on here too. Maybe Molly was the bug obsessed person that I was looking for last time. I get the sense that every time I play this game, I'm going to find more and more details because there's just stuff everywhere.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Yeah, it's just so dense. There's so many details, it's ridiculous. And the candy jar is still here too. Check that out. It's the candy bar we looked in during the flashback. I really enjoyed that sequence, guys, but now we have to try and figure out where to go from here. I don't know how linear this game is. And I don't seem able to get out this door here, so... I just heard a cat. Is there literally a cat sitting outside waiting for us? That's weird. Maybe it's Molly the cat. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, where'd you go? So don't yell at me to come let you out and then just vanish. Well, let you in, I guess.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Right.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Aha, so this is Edie's room. Okay. I guess it makes sense that we keep calling back to Edie because she would be the person who actually knew all these people, right?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Edie sounds like a real character, guys.
When
Sounds
Edie
like...
told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Oh, so that's what that dragon thing was. It was a slide. Huh. And I guess Edie wasn't really crazy. She just liked to leave out certain details because it made the story sound way more extraordinary. So it was kind of like a joke thing to her, I guess. What does this say? Built 1937, Sven Finch. She marked the date on her wall.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. Okay, that actually, that endears me to Edie a little bit. That's pretty badass. Barbara Concepts. Norse. Wait, what? I can't read that. Something about Norski folk. That's some kind of foreign language. I don't know what that says. Then we've got the Old Breed. Starship Gemini. Oh, that sounds like a good read. Mr. Martian. Sounds like she was into all kinds of weird stories. Jorge Luis Borges. Yeah, she liked fiction and all kinds of stuff.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Well, I don't know. I've never really heard of somebody being a junior when they were one generation removed. I thought you had to be a direct descendant to be a junior, but I don't know. Maybe there's really not a rule about such a thing. Dragon kills Finch. Yeah, so when did that happen? Orcas Island Gazette. Orcas Island is the name of the place where we live. Tragedy strikes. Can't read the whole thing. And maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't see a date on there. But we can check that relatively easy if we just look for Sven. Sven does not have a date on his name. We don't know what his birth and death years were, so never mind about that. Man, I just want to spend all my time exploring all these details, guys. There's a baby. Looks like a newborn.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Happy 90th birthday. Wow, Edie lived quite a long time. We got something else over here.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Huh? Wait. I feel like I should be able to scroll through that. I just can't find the right movement. Oh?
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann.
Okay, so Ingeborg was Odin's wife, and their son was Johann. Also, what's this about a curse?
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Set sail with his house?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, so that's what happened to the original house that they mentioned. How'd they get the bricks back from that?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Okay, hold on. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home. So, Edie was already kind of old when they got here. Yeah, that makes sense. It was 37, and she lived to be like 90, so... Wow.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
They've been famous for 500 years for their fortune and their misfortune. So this curse apparently goes back quite a long time, guys.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yikes. Okay, so Ingeborg and Odin were spouses. Johann was a son. Am I going nuts, or do I not see Johann on this tree? I guess they didn't bother to give him an entry on here. And then Edie was the daughter, and Sven was Edie's husband. And then Walter, Sam, Calvin, Barbara, and Molly were all their kids. Okay. We're starting to piece it together, guys. Little by little. And we get a save. Alright, excellent. The Mysteries of Death and Thereafter, Odin Finch. Is that a book that Odin wrote? Odin Finch Joining the Great Majority, a novel. Yeah, I think Odin was an author. Also, that's just a really cool name, Odin. I wish my name was Odin. Let's see, Walter, Calvin, Sam, Barbara. Oh. We've got handprints from all their kids. Calvin and Sam have the same plaque. Were they twins, maybe? Do they have the same birth date? Calvin and Sam, 1950? Yeah. I believe Calvin and Sam were twins. That's what my deductive skills of reasoning have learned. Alright, we're not going that way.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Why'd you need new gloves every year? They must have been shitty gloves.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay. Yeah, Lewis was my other brother who died in 2010. We left a week after he died. I was curious about that, about how much time had passed between his death and our leaving. I knew it happened in the same year, but I didn't know if that was like the inciting event or not. Kind of sounds like maybe it was. Norwegian folk tales. And something else over there. Looks like a... Oh, deepest sympathy. It's a sympathy card. Probably for Lewis's death. Okay.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to not be crushed by the weight of the pink. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. Really? I think we're about to...
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Okay. Oh, this is a puzzle, isn't it? So, it's in the last place you would look.
It isn't in the cupboard.
Oh, wow.
It's hidden in this book.
What? Okay, honest to God, who built all this shit? All these secret passageways and fancy books with their crazy locks.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Huh, okay. So this is his little development area, I guess you would call it. Calvin Finch. Not much to interact with in here, guys. Mitten. Is that the name of another pet? Maybe another cat or something? Fort Calvin. We made it to Calvin's room, guys. It appears that Calvin...
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Right.
And that he never talked about him.
I'm guessing he died pretty early. Way earlier than Sam. 61. Yeah, Yeah, he didn't really live all that long. Oh, this is the room we looked at earlier. Yeah. It said that he shared a room with his dead brother for a long time. So this is both Sam and Calvin's room. Got it. Sandstrider. Honestly, I feel like Calvin wasn't really old enough to have any kind of preference about the aesthetic of his room, but I guess they just decided that he was a space kid. Oh, snap. What do we got here? Whoa, okay. I don't think I'm done in here yet. I didn't really mean to get into a whole new passageway. Here's the command center, guys.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
So Calvin from 1950 to 1961. Okay, so he was 11. He's older than I thought he was.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Alright, let's see if we can get him swinging here. How'd he break his leg? It's kind of hard to get momentum here, guys. I'm trying. Alright, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Because this is not working.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
What? Why is this taking so long? I don't understand. What are you... And why did you just suddenly bring up mushrooms? It's so random.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
Alright, help me get down. I have a broken leg. Don't leave me here.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Alright, now I'm getting it. Here we go.
I told him going around was impossible.
I'm gonna do it.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Whoa.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Holy crap.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh my god. Holy crap!
That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Wow. That's crazy, guys. This kid literally killed himself by swinging to death and just flying off the cliff like that. It's kind of badass.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
And then I unroped it. 'Cause I don't care.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh. Yeah, can't blame him. That'd be rough to lose your twin like that, especially at such a young age, you know? Alright. Well, we already know where we're going next, so let's head straight for it.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
So I want to get out here? Or do I want to keep going, guys? Maybe if we open this back here, we'll just have a shortcut handy. Yeah, here we go. Alright, looks like we're about to head into Barbara's room. Nice. And she was 16 years old when she died in 1960. Okay. Now at least we have some context for what we're getting into. Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Because that's what she was, right? Hold on a second. Why does that say Milton right there? Isn't that the brother that went missing? Yeah. Why is his name written on a passageway to Barbara's room? That seems relevant somehow. That seems like a piece of a puzzle. Let's try to remember that, guys. Alright. So we got a Dreadful Stories comic book right there. We got a record player. Little typewriter. Happy birthday, Barbara. Literally a cake from like 1960 that's just been sitting in here. This house is absolutely disgusting. It needs to be condemned. Barb Street.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
This is me controlling some of this, guys.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, now I'm in full control. Okay. This is like Halloween music. I'm pretty sure it's like exactly Halloween music. I'm about to beat somebody to death.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh no, it's the Saul that got Sven. What the hell is going on right now?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Jump scare time!
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Alright, here we go again. Let's climb the ladder. I can't climb the ladder. Okay. I'm gonna end up beating somebody to death with this thing. I can see it right now. It's kind of cool getting to see the house through this comic book style, though. What? A roller skate? Who dares throw a roller skate at me?
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
This is really, really weird. Okay. Another way out of here. Look at that.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Hey, we're in Molly's room. So now do we... Wham! Uh-oh. Oh!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Yikes. Okay, so who did we just murder? It's a very important question. Let's go find out. Oh.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Alright. We will answer the door.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
What?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Alright, Crypt Keeper knockoff.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay. That was actually really cool, but it didn't actually tell me how she died. I guess for some of these, we're not really going to get real resolution. We just have to play through the scenarios and kind of like get to know them and see what their life was like, but maybe how they died isn't as important as the kind of people that they were, because I think that's the second time. Yeah, with Molly as well. Like, we got to play through like a really cool sequence with her and kind of like get some insight into her, but we don't really know how her story turned out in the end, so very interesting, guys. That was unique. It was a little weird in some spots because it did that thing where it transitioned from cutscene to gameplay like really seamlessly, and I didn't know if I was actually in control of things or not. But very minor quibble. I figured it out pretty quickly, and yeah, that was cool. So, okay, that was Barbara and Calvin. Calvin went really quickly, I feel like, but Barbara had some payoff there. When we come back, guys, we will continue, figure out where we're going to go from here, and hear some more stories. I am still really enjoying this. I hope you are too. And I thank you guys for supporting the series and supporting me. I love you, and I will catch you guys when we come back. Have a good one.